Hey guys, Scott Kuru here, CEO and founder of Freedom Property Investors. We are number one. We're the largest and the fastest growing community of property investors in the whole country. Now, part of what I do, obviously, study the market. Now, you would have seen the news today that the New South Wales state government has increased the threshold for no stamp duty. So the stamp duty concession for properties in New South Wales, this is when you're a first home buyer and when it's a brand new property. So it's either going under construction or it's brand new, no one's lived in it. And it used to be that you paid no stamp duty for anything $650,000 and below. Now they've increased the $650,000, they've increased it to $800,000. Now when you do land only, it used to be that you paid no stamp duty on $350,000 and below. They've now increased that to $400,000 and below. And people want to know, okay, what is the impact on me? Well, overall for the economy, it means absolutely nothing. And I'm pretty disappointed in the New South Wales state government. Number one, look, obviously I think they've handled this whole pandemic COVID thing a lot better than, say, Melbourne. But overall, I don't really believe that Australia at all has really handled this that well, because what's happened is we've overemphasized the parts of the community that have the health risk on COVID. We've overemphasized that. I'm not saying that it's not important to protect everyone. Absolutely it is. But we've overemphasized that. And what we've done is the people that have little risk on this COVID thing, we've absolutely smashed them. We've absolutely punished them. I'm talking about our young people. I'm talking about our 15 to 18 year olds, our 18 to 25 year olds. We've absolutely smashed them. We've locked them up. We've closed down so many things. And they said it was going to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Now look, now they're going to say, this is going to go on for a year or 2 years. How long is this going to go on? How long will they just keep doing this? And, it's no life. I mean, if you've got to spend your whole life locked down, what's the point? Yeah, there's risks in everything. There's risks with the flu. There's risks with traffic. There's all these risks. Yeah, there's risks with COVID. But the risks are very, very small and they can be mitigated. And if you don't want to take on those risks, you don't have to. You personally can stay home. Now, if you look at this stamp duty thing, this is a weak move, because what we need to keep people working. And one of the biggest employers that keep people employed is construction industry. And the majority of that is residential construction. And what's actually happened is that a lot of the residential construction, a lot of it has come to a halt. It's not happening. It's not going forward. And that has a massive flow-on effect on employment. Simply by increasing the first home buyer's threshold from 650 to 800,000, first of all, first home buyers are pretty much tapped out. They normally can't afford much more than 650. So by increasing it to 800, who does it help? Not a lot of people. And does it get more building going? No. And what people don't realize is that there is a massive shortage of property going on. But in the areas where the cashed up professionals are, hardworking Aussies are, the vacancy rates there are dropping, putting lots of pressure on rentals. I know this because during this pandemic thing, I actually put my rents up on some properties. I didn't call people up that are in the home and go, I'm putting your rent up. I didn't do that. But what I actually did do is I had some leases that ended. I had some tenants move out and I re-advertised the properties at $20 more in the middle of this pandemic thing. And I got $20 more on the rent. Now, for some investors, that's a lot of money. For me, it's not really, but I'm just obeying the rule. Always put the rent up when the vacancy rates are low. That's a rule that obviously we teach our members and our clients. It just goes to show, don't get your advice from the news, don't get your advice from the media. Don't let the government make these crappy, small, piss-weak moves that really help no one, trying to sell themselves into the next election that they're out there to look after you. They're not out there to look after you. They're pretty much there to get votes. They want your vote. and they won't literally do what's best for you. They'll literally do what gets them votes. Guys, like, I'd love to see more pressure on our state governments to do actually a lot more to keep more Aussies working, and also to bring more supply of property onto the market. If they don't want to put more property onto the market, that helps me as an investor. So if you don't want new property, great, that's great for me, but it's not great for everyone. It's not great for renters. You know, we've got 32% renters now across the country. That's going to increase to 40% over the next generation. Why? Millennials, as I said, these guys can't save, some can. So guys, that's really the breakdown of where we're at right now with this piss weak move by the New South Wales state government. And let's just see what else actually happens in this space, because it's very important. If you don't own a home now, you want more supply coming on, otherwise the prices are going to go up and up and up and up. And if you're a renter and you couldn't be stuffed saving a deposit, or it's hard to save a deposit, I totally get it. You know, I had 4 kids. I can't imagine saving 80 to 100 grand with 4 kids. Like, you know, back in the day, you know, I couldn't imagine that. So I'm certainly not taking a shot at anyone here. It's hard. And I'm coming from Sydney's West, the Housing Commission area. I totally get it. Guys, you want more supply of property coming onto the market. That's better for everyone. If you're a renter, your rents are going to go up. Your rents are going to go up. Yeah, you might have a bit of downward pressure on rents now because of what's happening in the economy, but this whole COVID-19 thing will be over, you know, very soon. 6 months a year, 18 months goes very, very quick. Don't forget, World War I and World War II, have you ever looked at the economic recovery charts on a total world war? I'm talking a total world war. I'm talking tanks and bombs and planes. I'm talking about whole cities being annihilated. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of deaths. Have you ever seen the economic damage from a total world war? And Google it. Google Australia's economic recovery from a world war. It's totally fine. So it's almost like we've got a war now on this virus, and we'll come back from that. We'll come back stronger than ever before. And if you don't really think that, you don't know economics, you haven't looked at the numbers, you've got no faith in humanity and the human spirit to keep moving forward. Humanity ain't stopping just for this one thing. There's a lot of anarchists out there that want everything to collapse. Well, it ain't gonna collapse. Guys, weak move, very, very weak move by the state government here in New South Wales. And, you know, let's see what else comes from them. Let's see what pressure we can put on them for the rest of the year. Take care, guys. Stay strong, stay blessed.